phenomenon. This is perfect. I love it. This is literally amazing. Let's exercise the philosophy of if everybody does it, right? Let's exercise that philosophy. We'll just put giant holes in the map everywhere.
And you saw his machine. It's easy to do.
Yeah. No, that's super easy to do. We could do that. Honestly, I don't have a problem mechanically. If the admin signed off on it, the admin signed off of it on it. You would think the spirit of not having the spawn turn into giant craters would be kind of...
Yeah, you can make them like further, like for example, south of Foolish, there is plenty of space.
Yeah, there's plenty of space right here. You see if we go east, we could literally, this whole area, just carve all that out. You know? Like, imagine a giant hole just right there. Right there.
Oh,
that'd be amazing.
Boy, I have an idea. You want to come with me to Tubbo place?
Tubbo's place?
Yeah. What do you think? Like, what's the expression like? Lui faire goûter l'eau de son vin, un truc comme ça.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander?
No, to make Tubbo like a taste of his own medicine.
Taste of his own medicine. What do you think?
Remember the time he put a lava cast on the Federation building? What do you think about that? It could be nice.
I'm torn with the idea of messing with someone else's build.
But it's not a build, it's a hole.
Oh, you're saying...
We are going to build in it, so now it's a hole.
Oh man. Okay. Here. So
let's go to the center.
Go ahead. Here, I'll be right down in a second. I need to explain some concepts. Okay. So, chat, for your benefit, chat. Let me explain RP why my character is upset about this. Okay, I'll explain. From an RP perspective, right? Taking this much area and carving out a giant hole with the intention of building something here and using a lagging machine to do it, right? I abide by the principles of what is the spirit of the game. What is the principle that you should abide by, right? And it's, I think structures like this should be kept far away from spawn so as to maximize the relevancy of people being able to build larger structures near spawn, right? Like, the point is, this area is now not just off limits, but the area immediately around it is also negatively affected by this structure, right? Because there's a giant pit here, right? Tubbo might turn this area into something awesome and an awesome structure, but what I'm saying is right now, in the current state, every structure you build, like even this structure, some could say was really close to Max's structure, right? And you could make an argument that it's the because it's a Federation building. Now, he might not care, people might not care necessarily about a really well-designed building, right? And again, keep in mind this is all in RP sense, right? Like, and here's the point. If the argument is that this is fine to do because there's no rule against it, right? Then at that point, anything that doesn't have a rule is against it is fair game, right? That's the point. So the point I'm making is there are things that I don't do because I understand that even though there's no rule against it, I'm still not going to do it because I understand it's not going to be good for everyone, the server in general, the experience of the server, right? Even though we are in RP, right? And again, I'm looking at this from an RP perspective. My character likes the idea of, I like the idea of, because this is sort of the commons, right? I view this area as the commons of the server, right? And it's what is everybody okay with / generally not okay with. I think a giant hole in the ground is something that the majority of players would not be okay with. And we've kind of gone against doing massive holes exposed to the sky like this. You feel me? It's too much space and it's not a good use of space. Again, at the moment, I don't know what his plans are to do with it, but Tubbo has been... So there's a phrase that it's the spirit of the rules versus the letter of the law, right? The letter of the law might say, or the rules might say, don't do X, Y, or Z. But you have to ask, what are the spirit of the rules, right? What is the purpose of the guideline, right? So I'll give you a great example. Why does the Federation say don't break Federation buildings? Well, there's a lore reason, and then there's a practical reason, right? Breaking into Federation buildings or destroying Federation buildings can be done for the sake of lore, but it can also cause problems. Keep in mind, I'm saying all of this from an RP perspective. And you can't necessarily make this argument for Phelps Square because, A, he did it. For anyone who understands when Phelps did it, right? Phelps did it in a space that was north of the favelas, right? And it's a smaller space, and he did it at a time, or started doing it at a time, when where he built it was far enough from, like, the commons as to not be a part of the commons. You follow me? I don't see what Phelps did as a problem. Versus now what has happened is the commons have spread out because there's more people. I think taking this much space up of the commons is the problem. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. Simply, it's not an apples to oranges comparison. And to say because this is also a giant hole, it's the same thing. You feel me? But it's all RP chat, so just relax. It's all roleplay. I'm stating the problem of... I'll go into more detail later. Let me better constitute my character's arguments. On a real sense, I don't really care. In an art, like, players can do what they want, is the experience. But I'm saying in an RP sense. You feel me?
I'm removing the water.
Oh, you're getting rid of the water?
Yeah.
Do you not like the water?
It's strange, the formation it make.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't even clear the like everything in the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so wanna do a big lava cast? Or a small one, just to send a message, you know?
So, here's the issue, A-Pair. I think we need to define, right? Because I think you and I are both big fans of people being able to do what they want, right? So, I think we need to define exactly what the issue is and how can we best communicate that to our good pal Tubbo without resorting to, you feel me?
Well,
we don't need how can we... Go ahead. I want to hear your articulation.
I think the idea is you can do whatever you want, as long as
emote only.
it doesn't affect
on my nerves.
other people playing.
Yes,
Like you want,
I like that
you want to
philosophy.
make a big hole, you can do it, but just like
Actually,
don't drill it.
Go ahead and throw it in some mode.
If
Thank
there
you.
is
Sorry.
15 people online and it will be lag during 5 hours, for example.
No, yeah, I think you picked a good time to do this for the most part. You feel me?
Yeah. I
Doing
think
it
so.
at this time, I think is good. Hardly anyone's gonna be on.
It's perfect because there is like for all the day, like before you there were only me and it was not that laggy. So that point is good, but it's for an
the
example.
Location.
The location here is
a problem.
Is a problem. Yeah, it was the same. You know, like he went just beside Fit House and with all his machine make everything laggy for Fit, for example. Or here, if I know, I don't remember. You know, there is a Rainbow Beach.
No.
Not this beach, but
do you have your map loaded? Do you want me to take a screenshot? I've got this whole area loaded.
Oh yeah, it's loaded for me too.
Okay, so yeah, you see, there's the Rainbow Beach to the north, right?
Yeah, there is a first club a little bit south.
The first club a little bit there, and you also
Baggy
have
House.
Exactly.
Baggy House
right over there. I think Badgy's house is probably far enough. I think the first club is. I think every time you build like a giant build, you have to be considerate about the people near you.
I think the idea is
and what the terrain looks like.
You want to build like something this big, you should at least put the same space between the like
it shouldn't be within sight of
exactly, and we should be able to put the same area on the first club, and that it will not be one area on the other.
Plus, I'm wondering what in the world he's going to build here that he needs.
He told me he wanted to make a mob switch.
A what?
You know, a mob switch.
Does he want to make one of those stupid portal things?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Please tell me he doesn't want to make one of those super mob farms.
There is no point for it. And it will affect other people's gameplay too.
No, that is such a bad idea.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The problem here is I think you can do whatever you want if it doesn't affect other people.
I think Tubbo might successfully move me away from anarchy if we can't solve this problem.
Oh, maybe he will like put every other player under one goal is to exterminate.
Just exterminate Tubbo. Yeah. Because this area,
should we make a petition?
I remember seeing him like build over the river, right?
Quack.
And I remember just thinking about like traveling down that river. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a nice river.
I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna lose any sleep over that, right? But now it's like, it's just like, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. It's just crazy to me. Like, looking at the map is crazy.
And I'm afraid.
Why not just move it far away? Like, there's a million
I'm afraid
places.
the reaction of other all this. Do you think Mr. President will be happy with this?
No, I don't think so. But he may. It depends. He may not care. He may care. The issue is a build this big should have been okay. So people are bringing up they're bringing up like Phelps chunk, right?
Yeah.
But the problem here's the difference in those situations. Phelps started building that months ago. So like at that point in time, like so this is spawn, right? And this is like what I would say is like the spawn common area, right? The area immediately outside of spawn. like the chunks, all these chunks. And so you had like where the Titan sits now was in that. You had Roy Ayers' house. Like if you look at Spawn, is basically the area immediately within that. What Phelps did was he built outside of that area. But now is